Here, Connie. Your lawyer's here with the bail money.
Tell him I ain't in.
You're what?
You heard me. Tell him I ain't in.
That man with a pencil is the real star of this picture. He was a writer, many kinds of a writer, a social critic, a humorist, and a technician. His name was William Sidney Porter, but you'll remember him by his pen name. That's part of our language now. O. Henry. I'm a writer, too. My name is John Steinbeck. I've always believed that a writer should be read, not seen. But O. Henry's dead. He can't speak for himself. I wonder if he would if he could. Remember O. Henry's safecracker, Jimmy Valentine? Little boys still want to grow up to be like the Cisco Kid, the Robin Hood of the West. Our folklore is full of O. Henry, his courage and his gaiety and his people. He wrote so many good stories, it's hard to choose. Here's one in point. The Cop and the Anthem. You want to hear it? When wild geese honk high of nights and ladies without fur coats grow kind to their husbands, then you may know that winter is near at hand and that the time has come to resolve oneself into a committee of ways and means to provide against the coming rigors. If, in addition, one is a denizen of the city's parks like our good friend Soapy here, the need is not only great, but a state of real emergency may be said to exist.
Yes, officer. Certainly. At once.
Good morning, Mr. Throckmorton.
Good morning, Truesdale.
Kinda chilly, ain't it?
Bracing, my boy, bracing.
Have you made any plans for the winter yet, Mr. Throckmorton?
You may call me Soapy, Horace.
Thank you, sir. Have you?
Naturally.
You ain't thinking of going to jail again, are you?
And why not?
Because jails ain't what they used to be. They're letting them run down something awful. They say almost anybody can get in them nowadays.
My dear fellow, you must not listen to every rumor you hear. From long experience, I can assure you that our fair city boasts of no finer institution than its penal system. What is more to the point, I am a man of simple, if discriminating tastes. 3 months in jail, safe from wind and snow, and the bludgeons of the blue-coated minions of the law. Good morning, officer. 3 months, I say, of assured bed, board, and congenial company at the city's expense are all I ask of life.
I don't know, Soapy. To me, jail's jail. I'm considering Florida myself.
Florida, that crass, unspeakable place, the Coney Island of the tropics. Fit only for millionaires and reluctant witnesses. No, my friend, for 15 years now, a hospitable, luxurious, well-heated cell has been my winter quarters. I would not swap one night of it for full season at Palm Beach.
Our fellow was telling me that these people run some nice places downtown for dependents like us.
Bringing in the cheese.
Charity, no thank you. I'll take the law of philanthropy any day. For every benefit received at the hands of charity, one must pay, if not in coin, at least in humiliation of spirit. For every bed, there is the toll of a bath. Nor may I add, does the law insist on prayer, morning, noon, and night.
How you gonna work it this year, Soapy?
Oh, there are devious ways, my friend. Wait here.
Hey, look here, that's my umbrella.
Oh, it is.
Yes,
I suppose you call a policeman and tell him that. Go on, call him. There's one at the corner. Why don't you call him and tell him I took your umbrella? All right, if you don't, I will.
I'm sorry. But you know how these things happen. I picked it up in the restaurant this morning. By mistake, of course. If you recognize it as your umbrella, I hope you'll excuse me.
Dirty crook. Well, there are other ways, my friend. One of these being first to satisfy the inner man. Shall we go? No.
What are you gonna order, Soapy?
How about some roast marrow duck to begin with, accompanied by a bottle of Chablis wine, provided, of course, the year and vintage are right.
Duck for breakfast?
Breakfast by all means, after which perhaps camembert coffee and unquestionably a cigar. Under the circumstances, I would think $1 cigar would be just about right.
A whole $1 for one cigar?
My dear fellow, upon such occasions as this, one cannot afford to be niggardly. Wait for me there on the curb. Cigar, please.
Yes, sir. Any particular brand,
Your
sir?
best.
Yes, sir.
Enjoy your breakfast, sir?
Duck was slightly overdone. I do suggest you speak to your chef about that.
Oh, yes, sir. Certainly, sir.
It's inferior. Is this your choice brand?
Yes, sir.
It is.
Allow me, sir. Will there be anything else, sir?
Just my check, please.
Yes, sir. The check.
Yes, sir. Check coming up.
Well, it may interest you to know, my good man, that I and the minutest corner of the realm are total strangers.
How's that?
I said I was broke. Don't just stand there with your adenoids showing. Go and call a cop.
What's the matter?
He says he isn't going to pay for it. He hasn't got any money.
No money?
No money.
Come on, you. Come on. What do you think? Coming in here. No,
What are you doing to that man?
He hasn't any money.
After eating everything on the menu, too.
Is this true?
They neglected to add that I also ordered a $1 cigar, although I must say that any resemblance between it and tobacco is purely coincidental.
A cop will know what to do with his kind.
Never mind. Let him go.
Let him go.
You heard what I said. It's on the house.
You see out of this. Nobody asks your opinion.
Poor devil's probably starving. Get him outside as quietly as you can. I don't want any trouble.
Trouble? You don't want any trouble. Listen, you nincompoop, I don't want any of your charity. I am a citizen. I stand on my constitutional rights. I insist on being arrested. Do you understand me? Arrested. Outside. No! You can't do this to me. Have me arrested, you don't. Have me arrested.
Soapy, what happened?
I've been double-crossed.
Are you hurt?
Physically, no.
Didn't work, eh?
Due to circumstances beyond my control, no. However, I'm not discouraged. 2 battles lost does not mean that the war is lost. It only means that some other way into the stomach must be thought up. Shall we leave this
Take this with you.
neighborhood?
Are you hurt?
No, thank you.
Gosh, your umbrella. You all right?
I ought to report you for this banana.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir.
Which way do you go? There he goes! Hey, nothing, man! Nothing but you!
Hey, wait a minute. I did it! Hey, come back! I did it! I did it!
Excuse me, you forgot this.
Good afternoon, my dear. Aren't you a little lonely window shopping all by yourself? Wouldn't you prefer to come and play in my backyard?
Sure, I don't mind if you buy me a drink. How's dear Cousin Fanny?
I'm afraid, my dear, there's been a mistake.
Mistake? What kind of mistake?
I owe you an apology.
Apology for what?
For allowing you to think that I might buy you a drink. You see, that's quite impossible. I haven't got a dime to my name.
Hey, what is this? You trying to kid me?
Not in the least, my dear. I'm only trying to undo the wrong I've done you, a wrong committed, I might add, for reasons that your young and inexperienced mind couldn't possibly understand. Since my means are limited, I can only ask your pardon and perhaps persuade you to accept as a token of my regard the last valuable left me for once formidable estate, my compliments to a charming and delightful young lady.
What's going on here? What's happening?
He called me a lady.
Think of it. Thousands of them swinging their blasted clubs, walking their blasted beats, doing nothing but eat up the taxpayers' money. All day long I've flaunted the law in their faces, and not one of them, not a single one, mind you, has lifted a little finger to prevent it. I've a good mind to write to my congressman.
You going to the park again tonight, Soapy?
Where else can I go? There isn't any hurry. Listen to the music. I seem to remember that tune from somewhere. Now, this might be a country churchyard such as I knew in my youth. In the days when life contained such things as mothers and roses, ambition and friends, immaculate thoughts, and little Lord Fauntleroy colors. Let's go in for a moment and enjoy the peace.
Me?
The front door is open. The invitation is obvious.
What's the matter, Soapy?
Watching for you and for me. Come
You feeling good, Soapy? Maybe tomorrow will be different. Maybe if you was to try somewhere else, like Central Park, maybe, or Wall Street.
There'll be no tomorrow, at least no tomorrow as you imagine it. That phase of my life is ended.
You sure you feeling good, Soapy? Maybe if you was to go back and sit down again.
It isn't my body that's sick, it's my soul. For the first time in my life, I viewed the horrible picture into which I tumbled and degraded days, unworthy desires, dead hopes, wrecked faculties, base motives that have made up my useless existence.
I wasn't going to tell you, Soapy, but I got 30 cents a lady give me. I'll buy you a beer.
It isn't beer that I need, it's hope, faith. The assurance that it's still not too late to pull myself out of the mire, to make a man of myself again, to conquer the evil that's taken possession of me.
You better get out of here, Soapy. If somebody was to hear you talking like that, there's no telling what we have to go through. People praying over us, preaching to us.
But there is time. I'm still comparatively young. Resurrect my old and eager ambitions, pursue them without faltering. I'll give up this life of dissipation and idleness. Tomorrow I'll go into the roaring downtown district and find work. I recall a fur merchant once offered me a position. I think I must have his card about. There's somewhere I'll find him, lay my plight before him, seek his aid. Yes, here is his card. I recall his kindly face. Noble man, if ever I met one. He'll give me a job. He'll help me make something of myself. I'll be somebody in the world.
Okay, come along.
Huh? Officer, what have I done?
Never mind. Come along. Don't give me a lip or I'll bash in that skull of yours.
Loitering, eh? Guilty or not guilty?
Your Honor, if it pleases the court.
Oh, one of those argumentative types, eh? Where did you pick him up?
Coming out of church.
Church?
Your Honor, I just stepped in to refresh my soul. I'd just undergone the most salutary spiritual experience. I'm a reformed man, and today I'd planned to apply for a position.
Find any candlesticks on him?
Oh, no, Your Honor, I assure you.
Maybe he was trying to rob the poor box.
Oh, no, Your
I didn't
Honor.
find a thing on him, not even a dime.
90 days.
For what?
Vagrancy. No visible means of support. Next case.
Oh,